Okay, we're live. I'm going to turn the lights on here. Ooh, that is pretty bright. You might want to turn. Might be too bright up here. Okay. Yeah, a little bit bright. I look like I've entered into the pearly gates.
How's that?
Yeah, I think that's better. There's kind of a. Why is that so shiny?
Just angle it. Yeah, there you go.
That's better.
The
so
only
shiny.
problem with all those glass.
I know,
things
right? All the glass things back there. Okay, so let's go live on IG here.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that looks a little bit better. We'll go live here on TikTok. Okay. Okay. Today's Thursday. Typically on Thursdays, if I have time. Ooh, that's pretty
too bright.
A little bit bright. You're like blinding me over here, dude. I'm gonna lose my eyesight.
I want people to be able to see
Perfect. Yeah, I think they can see me. All right. So Thursday is typically a day where we go live. We answer some questions. It's a Pierre. Love the mustache and goatee. You know, it's Thursday, man. I typically shave on Sunday, so by the time Thursday comes around, Pierre, it starts to get a little bit beardish over there. You should see me on Sunday, man, before I shave. It's like I got full-born beard over here, or beard over here. So we're gonna have a Q&A. So here's the rules of the Q&A. Okay, so we're going live here on IG on my phone here this is the IG phone. So we're going live with you guys. We're also going live here on the TikTok phone. We call this the TikTok phone. And then we're also going live on my desktop using StreamYard. So we're going live in our Facebook group, Sales Revolution. Got about 29,000 of you or so in that Facebook group chasing us around. We're going live on the Facebook business page. There's about 70-some thousand of you in there. YouTube channel just got verified on there. Hey, Kevin's and LinkedIn. So when you have a question, here's the rules of the ball game. Okay. When you have a question, tell me what industry you're in. It's very important. If I'm going to help you answer the question, I need to know where you're coming from, right? Like, do you do inbound leads? Do you do outbound leads? Do you cold call? Is it B2B? Is it B2C? So just say like, I sell, home improvement and here's my question. Or I sell roofing and here's my question. Or I sell life insurance. Here's my question. I sell medical device sales, knee replacements. I sell, real estate. I sell whatever, cargo jets. I sell cars. I sell cybersecurity. It doesn't really matter. I'm a network marketer, whatever it is, right? Oil industry. I like that. Okay. So let me know who you are, what you sell, and then list the question. And I'm going to bounce around from IG to TikTok to the Facebook group to YouTube. All right. Now, if you're brand new and you're like, who the hell is this guy in the Hugo Boss shirts? Maybe you've seen me on a reel or something. My name is Jeremy Miner. I'm the chairman and founder of Seventh Level. Okay. We are an organization that trains salespeople exactly like you watching me here right now. Same as you, same industry. So we train salespeople like you. We train sales executives like you. We train sales management like you. Train consultants, coaches like you. We train entrepreneurs, business owners like you. And we help you and your teams transform the way you sell by learning specific skilled questions and techniques that work with human behavior rather than work against it. There's a massive difference once you learn the differences in that, okay? That's called NEPQ. It stands for Neuro Emotional Persuasion Questioning. You've seen me talk about that on a reel or some type of post, all right? Now, we have to teach you the right tonality. It's not just the questions, but it's how you ask the question. Okay, it's your verbal pausing ability, little sounds that you make that we teach all of our clients in our virtual training courses and group trainings, okay? We have to teach you the right tonality because if you have it right, it triggers your prospects to want to open up. Okay, to want to engage rather than trying to get rid of you because you're triggering fight or flight mode right now. Okay, now you want to learn those same skills like thousands of our clients are learning on a daily basis. There is a reason, folks, that we have almost 9,000 testimonials, almost 9,000. It's 8,000, several hundred now, and I haven't counted the last count. And counting. There's a reason why we have that many, probably more than most sales training companies that have been around for 50 years. I'm not kidding when I say that, okay? It's because people get massive results, all right? So you want those same type results. You want to start making your first 10 grand a month in commissions in your industry that you're selling in right now. Or if you want to start making 15 grand a month in commissions, like consistently, not 1 month you're up, 1 month you're down. That doesn't make any sense. You want to start making 20 or 25 grand a month in your industry every single month. Let's say you've already kind of learned how to make 25. Well, how do you go to 35 or 40? How do you go to 45 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80,000 a month in commissions with what you sell? I can assure you that we are training salespeople in your industry right now that are making 3, 5, 7 times more than you are every single month. And it's not because they have really cool shoes or they really wear cool pants or, they got a petty on their nails or something, or they have cool hair. It's strictly because they understand the right questions to ask at the right time with the right tonality. They understand human behavior because they're our clients. Okay. So you want to learn those skills? I want you to message me directly right now. It's really, hey, Blake, hold on a second. Blake, can you turn the air down a little bit? It's really hot in here. So I want you to message me directly right now. So if you're on IG, message me directly right now. If you're in TikTok, message me directly right now. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're in the Facebook group, message me directly right now. If you're on YouTube, you got to post hashtag NEPQ, okay, because you can't message on YouTube, all right? Now, if you're on the live right now, I want you to post hashtag live. So go on your phone, and I want you to post hashtag live. And if you're on the replay, I want you to post hashtag replay. It's really hot in here with these lights on. Hey, Blake, can somebody turn the air down? It's like 100 degrees in this office. I don't know my videographer yet. So if you're on the live, go post hashtag live. If you're on the replay, I want you to post hashtag replay. Okay. And then I want you to go to your phone and I want you to smash the heart button and smash the like button. So smash the heart button, smash the like button, because I have you do that because the more that you do that, the more people are able to see this live and we help out more people collectively together. I better see a lot of smashed hearts, a lot of smashed like. I'm sorry, guys. I got to turn down the air myself. What does the guy got to do in here to get the air going? Hold on. Good Lord, it's hot in here. Got these lights on. Whew. You know, it's 108 degrees today here in the Scottsdale, Arizona office. I hope wherever you guys live, it's not that hot in the summer. Okay, let's start with the questions. I'm going to start in the Facebook group here. Let's see what we've got. Daniel Diaz. Competitor has high brand loyalty. We offer the same services products. How would you approach this? Oil industry, cold call, B2B. Okay, so you're going to have to be more specific with that because that's a whole training. How do you approach this? Well, you approach this by building a gap in the prospect's mind. Okay, I can assure you of something, Daniel. You know, one of our biggest clients, it was our first B2B client that we got nearly 4 years ago when we first started. It's a search engine. You guys might have heard of it. It rhymes with Fugle. It's called Google with a G. Okay, we train like 3 of their largest divisions. They have high brand loyalty, right? But it doesn't mean when they were cold calling that just because they said, I'm with Google, that people were just signing up left and right. They did the same thing. They triggered sales resistance. Their salespeople didn't know how to sell. They were more product pushing. Your selling ability has nothing to do with other companies knowing your competitor better. Nothing to do with it. I hate to tell you that. A lot of salespeople think like, oh, well, that brand, everybody knows that brand, so I'm competing with a well-known brand. Well, if all you're doing is competing on price and how cool your products or services are, then yes. But if you're competing based on your sales ability, that would have nothing to do with it. Okay. And let me give you an example. So you have to build a gap from where that prospect is. And I have to be kind of generalized with you because I don't know the specifics of your question. But you have to learn the right NPQ questions, okay, that help the prospect, not just you, but help the prospect really understand what the real and current situation actually is, okay? Then you're going into problem awareness that helps them see what the real problems are, okay? I hate to tell you this. Most of your prospects, when you first start talking to them, and everybody knows this, TikTok, you guys know this, Facebook group, YouTube, you know this, IG, you know this. Most of your prospects, when you first start talking to them, what? They don't know they even have a problem, right? Or maybe they know they have a problem, but maybe they don't understand what their real problem is, okay? Or maybe they don't understand the consequences of what is going to happen if they don't do anything about solving their problems, right? Now, once you learn NEPQ, Daniel, I don't know if you're a client or not, because if you were, you wouldn't have asked that question. You would have already known how to do that, okay? That's what that tells me. But once you learn NEPQ, you're going to help them build a gap in their own mind. not by telling them what their problems are, because that's going to go in one ear and out the other ear, right? You're biased. But the questions you ask them allow them to see what their real problems are and the consequences. Then you're going to move into what's called solution awareness questions that help them see what their future is going to look like once all these newfound problems are solved. I can assure you, Daniel, your prospects will buy from you every single time if they feel that you understand their unique situation the most over this well-known brand you're competing with. They can only feel that by you learning the right questions asked that trigger them to want to open up and actually tell you what's going on. Has nothing to do if you work for an unknown brand to a well-known brand. It has nothing to do with it. So you got to stop. I don't want you to blame like, oh, my company's smaller than brand B and that's why brand B makes all the sales. No, it has nothing to do with it. Your sales ability. I can assure you, like the second industry I was in, I worked for like a very, very small startup company that nobody had ever heard of. And in my second year, I made $1.7 million in commissions. Okay. Nobody in the industry was making even a third of that. Okay. How did I do that? By building a gap, because I understand human behavior. You want to start learning those skills, post hashtag NEPQ or message me directly. We can train it. We train a lot of people in your industry that make 30, 40, 50, 60, 80,000 plus a month in commissions in your very industry, just so you know. All right. So Brandon Nealing. I think you're on Facebook here. Hey, Jeremy, I'm in equipment finance. I basically sell loans to companies to buy equipment. What type of equipment? Like tractors? I wonder what type of equipment you're talking about. A lot of accounts that I call have been calling before. That's normal, Brandon. Anytime you cold call or even call accounts, they're going to be called on by everybody selling them chemicals to anything you can think of, underwater basket weaving. I'm basically okay, so you're taking over the account. Okay, that makes more sense. What's your best intro you can give me? I get a lot of resistance with this. Sometimes they nail it. Other times it's all over the place. I'm trying to figure out what industry you're in. I basically sell loans to companies to buy equipment. A lot of the accounts that I call have been calling before. I'm basically, okay, so when you say you're taking over an account, these are not currently clients or they are clients. I need to know that answer before I can help you with an intro, because if they are clients, that's going to be a much different intro than if they are not clients at all and you're just cold calling them again. So try to come back around to me on that one. I'm going to try to come back to you on that question because I think that's a good question that'll help a lot of people. Okay. Hi, Jeremy on YouTube. Ishmael. Been going through your training for my agency for the last 2 weeks and have closed 30,000 in deals. Well done. Ishmael, what training are you in? Are you in our basic NEPQ 2.0 training? Are you in our advanced NEPQ 3.0 training, Portal Plus group training, or are you in like advanced inner circle? Let me know. Good start though. First 2 weeks. That's good. All right. 76 in thunderstorms, 110 here in St. George. I sell life insurance B2C. What's the best way to get an answer out of? I don't know when asking a quality question. I don't know what a quality question is. But I'm just going to give you general advice here because I don't know what a quality question means. But if you ask a question and they say, I don't know, a way around that, you say, well, if you really thought about it, what would it be? So if you ask a question, the person says, well, I'm not quite sure. Well, if you really thought about it, what do you think it would be? Well, if you really thought about it, anytime you say, well, if you really thought about it, they're going to be like, well, because it makes them think about it. Okay. So hopefully that answered your question on that. Luis, I need that NEPQ 3.0. We'll just post hashtag NEPQ, Luis, and we can have somebody reach out to you. You'll need to join our Facebook group though first, Luis. That's probably easiest to get a hold of us. We can't message on YouTube. I don't think we can message. Can we message anybody on the DM team on YouTube? I don't even think we can. So Luis, first join salesrevolution.pro. So just go to salesrevolution.pro and just join there, the Facebook group. Okay, let me come over to IG. We got several questions here. I'm going to come over to TikTok here as well, okay? Oh, man. IG, damn, you guys have a lot of questions. Holy moly. 95 of you on here. Let's see what I've got here. Okay. Let's go, Jeremy. Bring the fire, homie. Josh Harkis. Hey, Josh. All right, brother. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to get some questions here. Let's see. Got a lot of people watching. I sell solar panels on the brink. I sell solar panels. We're training a lot of people in solar. We got some solar salespeople that make 80 to 120 grand a month now. Great industry. But they didn't start there. I can promise you they're making like $5 grand a month when we started training them. I sell solar panels. Here's my question. Do you do takeaways during the close? What do you mean by takeaways? That's a very generic question, because that takeaways means different things to different people. Okay. So you're going to have to be more specific of what you mean by takeaways, because if I just answered that based on what I think you're asking, which I don't know 100%, I'd be throwing mud against the wall. So rephrase that and give me an example of what you mean. I wish I could just pull you guys out here. I sell legal services on intellectual property. Awesome. Great industry. Hi, Jeremy. I love your solar sales tips anymore. Well, of course they're all in our virtual training courses, brother. Like all the training's there. You just got to get in our virtual training courses and our group training. Like we have trainers from every single industry you can think of. We train 158 industries at this point. According to Forbes, there's only 158 industries, just so everybody knows. There's subsets of those, and we're in all of those. But we quite literally have training calls every single week for our clients, plus our virtual training courses that help you tie in NEPQ to your specific industry, which your industry we train, probably thousands in your industry now, Tom. Okay, lots more tips, way more than tips. Tips don't make you wealthy. The whole sales process makes you wealthy. Danny, I think this is a good question. I sell AR automation plug-in to SMB distributors. How impactful do you think in-person demos are versus Zoom? Well, it just depends. Like, I'm trying to think. I sell an AR. What is AR? AR automation plug-in to SMB, small medium business distributors. Distribution. Okay. How impactful do you think in-person demos are versus Zoom? Everybody's so used to Zoom. If you have the right skills, it doesn't matter if you're in person or on Zoom. If you learn NEPQ like our clients are, because I guarantee you we're training people or companies in your space right now that are making 30, 40, 50 grand a month in your space, especially selling B2B. There's some high commissions there. Now that they're on the right skills, I guarantee you most of them are doing their demos on Zoom, just because they're able to see way more people during the day. Because like if you're flying out to do demos, like if you're flying from Atlanta to Dallas, that takes a couple days. If you're driving 30 minutes here, 30 minutes back, it just takes too much time. So you get on Zoom, the right questions to ask, the right time, the tonality. Doesn't matter if you're on Zoom on person. If it was me, I'd be doing them all on Zoom because I could see probably 3 or 4 times as many clients or 3 to 4 times as many prospects during the week than if I'm like in person doing demos. Now, if it's a massive deal that let's say you're trying to close, let's say it's a 7-figure deal and you've already done one on Zoom, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't. Like if you've got the right decision makers in a room, let's say in a boardroom, and the right influencers, you know how to navigate through all the decision makers, which we teach you all that in our virtual training courses as well, because we train both B2B and B2C. So when you learn how to do that and it's a massive deal, yes, go in person on a massive deal like that. But you got to make sure you've got the right influencers on that account and the right decision makers in the room before you take your valuable time to go fly somewhere, drive somewhere, 100%. Okay, let's go to... let's see. Let's get some good questions here. Okay, I sell the snack doctor. I like that. I sell life insurance. Train thousands in life insurance. How to open a call for a lead that they filled out and mailed in that might be older than 1 to 6 months. I'm going to give you an example of actually how to do that, because I just interviewed one of our clients yesterday that now is up to about 40 grand a month in commissions, that just started selling life insurance maybe 7-8 months ago. He's in our advanced inner circle. Guess how much the dude was making when he started? Now, it was actually about a year ago. I'm exaggerating. It was about a year ago that he started. Where is his script that he's in our advanced inner circle. He's making less than 2 grand a month when he first started. So things can change very quickly once you learn NEPQ and you learn the right skills. What do we put here for his leads? Because he calls a lot of age leads because he trains his team how to do that because they're so cheap. He doesn't like to call like really, really high end quality leads because you can't train his team on that because they can't afford leads like that when they first start. So what does he do? Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah. I'll just give you an example here. Hope this helps you. Hey, is John there? No, well, first of all, we teach him this technique. Hey, John? And you stop. And they're, yeah, who's this? Hey, John? Because it acts like they should know who you are. It's a technique. I don't want to say it's NLP, but it's a technique to trigger the prospect to become curious to ask back. Hey, hello. Hey, John? Who's this? Oh, yeah, John. It's just Caden with XYZ. They're just trying to have me update our system so that our agents can stop calling you. It looks like you had put in some information about 5 months ago about possibly looking at different quotes for like different life insurance options. I'm assuming you found something, right? Yeah, we found something. That's what they're going to say, even if they didn't most of the time. Okay, well, whoever helped you didn't update it, so it looks like people are still calling. So I'm just going to get that updated for you. Before I go, who did you end up getting set up with? Oh, I went with XYZ company. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get that updated. Now, I'm curious because not a lot of people end up on that plan. That's a really good plan that you got. Do you have like pre-existing health concerns, or what made you go? What made you go and decide to go with that plan? Oh, okay. And how much was it a month just to have that coverage? They answer, oh, okay. Well, I'm not really sure if I'd be able to find something better or not, because that's pretty decent. I need to know a little bit more kind of about you to see what you might be eligible for. But like I said, not a lot of people end up on that plan that you have. I could see if I could find something better if you'd like. Would that be helpful if I looked for it? Okay, so that's kind of his opening on those old leads. Okay, once we taught him how to do that on his old leads, he went from making under $2,000 a month pretty quickly to making about 10. Then he went to 15. Then he went to 20, and like each month he started making $3,000 to $5,000 more a month, and now he's up to $40,000 a month. So hopefully that helps you on there. I'd give you more details on that, but that'd be like a full-blown training call. You want to learn those skills though, just become a client, get into our virtual training courses, because we teach all of that in our virtual training courses for all of our clients in your industry and every industry, plus all of our group training with all of our sales trainers, plus me and everybody else that's certified in NEPQ. So just message me directly if you want to know more details on that, or just post hashtag NEPQ. Let me go over to TikTok because they've been patient over here. They've been asking me questions here. Hold on a second. Let me get a few questions here. Okay, I've got about 15 more minutes. I'm going to come back around to you, Facebook and YouTube. Don't you worry. LinkedIn, I haven't ignored you either. Somebody says, shout out to American Indigenous Peoples today. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that was today. Michael Patrick, what's your best closed statement? Well, it's not a closed statement. It would be like what we call a committing question. We don't like to use the word close here. We don't like to label people as just like, oh, we're just closing people. Like so many salespeople, like I'm not saying you are, but like average salespeople view selling as adversarial, like you against the prospect, trying to manipulate them, win them over so you can make money. That's typically what average salespeople do in our day and age, or very low six-figure salespeople. Okay, you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in commissions, if not more, like our clients are, who are probably in your same industry. You want to start viewing selling as being more collaborating. Okay, it's you working with your prospects to help them find and solve problems they didn't know they had. You want to be a top 1% earning salesperson? That's how you have to start thinking about what selling really is. Okay, so what we teach in our virtual training courses is you're going to get the end of your presentation, whether it's a 1-call close or 2-call close, or let's say if you're selling a more of a B2B environment where it's maybe a 6-month window or 9-month cycle. And at the end, you're going to say, so do you feel like this could be the answer for you? You're going to lean in. You're not going to say, do you want the red one or the blue one? When do you want to take delivery? Friday at 4? That's just what average salespeople do. Just stop the madness. Stop playing the numbers game. You're going to lean in and say, do you feel like this could be the answer for you? Now, they're either going to say, yes, I do, or you're going to get this other. There's only two options they're going to say at this point. You're never going to have somebody by this point, at the end of your sales process, say, no, I actually don't. I don't like this at all. Nobody's going to say that at the end, if you've taken them this far in the sales process. They're going to say, yes, I do, or they're going to say, I really do, but we just don't have the money. There are going to be one or two options, or we don't have the budget. Okay. So let's say if they're like, I do, but we just don't have the money right now. Well, money aside, why do you feel like it would though? Well, money aside, why do you feel like it is? Well, we like it because of X and Y and Z, and then you're going to help them overcome the money concern, which we teach all that in our virtual training courses. Okay. So hopefully that answered your question. When I was in sales, in my 17-year sales career, I made a bit over 33 million in straight commissions with that closing question. There you go. But see, here's the thing. And Michael, I'm not saying that you believe this, but the sale is not won or lost in the close. It's not like you have this one closing line and it makes them want to buy. The sale is won or lost during the discovery portion of your conversations that you're having with them that build a massive gap from where they are compared to where they want to be. That's where the sale's made. It's not made by a closing line. That's just old school selling ideas. Do you want the red one or blue one? I'm going to buy because he asked me if I want the red one or the blue one. The option close. Like nobody makes a decision off that. The sale is won or lost by your skill level in that conversation that builds a massive gap from where they are compared to where they want to be. The bigger the gap, the more urgency, the more pain, and the more they want to change now and change with you. That's where the sale's made, not by a closing line. Closing is like 5% of the sales process. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. All right. I'm being cheeky. I like to be cheeky sometimes. Okay. I'm losing power on this phone. Let's see if I got another question here. Let's see here. Campaign Poppy. Oh, I like that name. Hey, Jeremy, I'm in franchise sales. This is on TikTok. I'm in franchise sales. I'm training a lot of people in that space. What should I say when they say I'm comfortable where I'm at? Now, campaign. Now, is that in the beginning of a conversation? You need a little bit more clear with me. Is that, I'm going to assume that's when you're cold calling. Do you cold call? And that's what they're saying? Because it depends on where they're saying that at. Are they saying at the very end of the call? Would be a completely different response than if they said that in the first 30 seconds of a cold call. So I need to know the difference because I can give you two different answers. Let's say this. Let's say if they'd say that on a cold call, and hopefully this is what you're asking because I don't know if they're saying that at the beginning, the end, the middle. But let's say if they're saying that on a cold call, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. We already have somebody for that." And here's what you have. First of all, you have to disarm them. You have to get them to let their guard down. So you just say, "Oh yeah, that's pretty normal." And just so you're aware, I'm not quite sure we could even help you yet. We'd have to understand a little bit more about X and Y and Z that you're doing, just so we could see, if we can even help you in the first place, because maybe you're better off staying with who you already are with. Okay. So let me repeat that. I'm going to give you a little statement at the end. Okay. So first of all, we have to disarm them. So we have to tell them that we might not be able to help them. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you're like, "Oh, well, just give me 2 minutes of your time, John. I know we can save you money." Click. Because every freaking salesperson says that. You're going to trigger sales resistance quickly, and they are going to try to get rid of you because they just feel like you're trying to sell them something. Okay. So like, "Oh, we're good. We're good." Like in the beginning of a call. "No, I think we're good. We're comfortable with who we already have. We already use XYZ company." "Oh yeah, that's not a problem, John. And just so you're aware, I'm not quite sure we could even help you yet. We'd have to understand a little bit more about X and Y and Z compared to maybe where you're trying to be. I'm just making that part up because I don't know the ins and outs of what you're talking about, compared to where you're wanting to be, to see if we can actually help you, because, maybe you're better off staying with who you already have. Are you with me on that? They're going to say yes. No, or you can say this, because maybe you're better off with who you already have. Are you opposed to looking at something else? Now, when you say, are you opposed to looking at something else at the end, they're going to say no, because their natural inclination on a cold call is to say what? No. And so I'm going to let them say no, because they're not going to say, yes, I'm opposed. They're going to be like, no, I'm not opposed. What do you have? Well, I probably need to ask you, and you're going to go into a situation question. Hopefully that helped you. I need to know more details, because if they're saying that at the end, completely different response than what I just gave you for the beginning. But just post hashtag NEPQ or message me on TikTok, and either me or someone on our team can message you different training options, because you're training a lot of people and you're interested to make a ton of money. You can even book a call with one of our team members, and they can break down the 20 different training options if you want to make more money in that industry. Dean on TikTok, would you recommend network marketing for a college student, or too difficult? Well, it's going to be too difficult if you don't learn the right skills, because the problem with your industry, okay, because I understand your industry like the back of my hand. I just did a keynote a week ago for a network marketing company that sells life insurance. There were 6,000 people there at that event. Okay. And their company's really good, because they train their company that, yes, you are selling, you're solving problems, you're providing a solution. A lot of MLMs or network marketing companies are like, you don't have to sell anything. Just, invite them to this webinar, and, invite them to this call with your upline, and they're going to do all the selling for you. That's just so bad advice. That's why like 1% of people succeed in your industry, just so you know. Okay. So if you learn the right skills, like we have people in your industry that make 100,000 a month in commissions, some of them as young as you are. You don't learn the right skills, or you're going to get creamed. You're going to get crushed. Because recruiting, because you're recruiting, right? Let's just be real. You're recruiting, and you're solving two problems. People you talk to, they want to make more money, and they want to have more time with their family. That's what you solve. You're giving them like a franchise type of business. They can start with a low barrier of entry, and then they have to go out and recruit and sell these products as well. It's a really easy industry once you learn the right recruiting skills, the right questions. Okay. So if you're calling a lead and you get into situation questions, okay, and John, what do you do for a living now? What do you do for work? Oh, okay, you're a firefighter. Okay, and how long have you been doing that type of work for? Oh, the last 5 years. Okay, and I didn't even ask you, are you on your own, or do you have like a family you're taking care of? Oh, you're married. Oh, and what does your spouse do for a living? Oh, okay, so she's a CPA. Okay, so this job that you've had, working for the city the last 5 years, do you like what you're doing for a living? You lean in. Those are examples of situation questions for your industry. You train thousands in your industry that make tons of money. Okay. So is it a good industry to be in for your age? Yes. If you learn the right skills that work with human behavior, message me directly right now. We have all that training for you if you want to make a lot of money. If you take the company's advice you're working for and just hand out brochures and hand out, little, videos and have them watch stuff on webinars and stuff, you're going to get crushed pretty quick. I can assure you that. Okay, let's go back over here. We got some more good questions here. I've got so many questions. I feel bad that I probably here on between the Facebook group and LinkedIn, we probably have 80 questions. I'd love to get to all 80 questions, but I think we'd be here about 60 hours. Okay, Meredith, here's a good question. Life insurance. How would it be best to handle people who just try to rush you to give them a quote? Okay, well, I want you to understand, Meredith, the only reason why they are rushing you is because what you are saying and or asking in the beginning is triggering them to go into what's called fight or flight mode. So with an A-type personality, they're like, hey, well, just get to the point. Like, what's this going to cost me? Okay, you're triggering that by what you're saying, by what you're asking. So once you learn NEPQ and you learn how to come across more unbiased, like more neutral, like you're not quite sure you can even help yet. That's your mindset when you're coming in. Now, you know that you can help, but you have to get them to feel like you're disarming them. Okay. You have to disarm that prospect. Otherwise, you're triggering sales resistance by them saying, get to the point, tell me how much it's going to cost. Okay. So let's say that they do. I'm going to give you the band because that's a downstream approach. You learn NEPQ, you're going to reduce 95% of that, even on old leads. Like that script that I kind of was reading to the other guy that Caden uses, one of our clients, it now makes like 40 grand a month in commissions, and a year ago was making 1,500. He's like, maybe 1 out of 10 people ever give me any resistance anymore. And he's calling leads that are 3 months old. Okay. Crappy leads. All right. So how would it be best to handle? So if they're like, well, hey, just get to the point, how much is this going to cost? Well, I mean, it just depends. I'm not quite sure, what we could even give for you yet, like what you would qualify for. There's like some questions that, the companies giving the quotes would have to find out. And once I understand a little bit more about kind of like your age, like any health conditions or pre-existing conditions, and like kind of what you're trying to use the coverage for, like if it's for a house payment or, credit card debt or like final expenses. Once I understand those details, I can show you all the different options and quotes we have. But until I know those, I wouldn't even know what to quote you. Are you with me on that? And you say that in a calm, collective voice, and you say that detached, it triggers them to let their guard down. And when you explain it like that, people are going to be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, first of all, I need to find out, and boom, you're right into your first situation question. Now, Meredith, that tells me you're not one of our clients, because if you were, you would already know all that. So just message me directly right now or post hashtag NEPQ, and either me or somebody can reach out to you, and you can book a call with one of our team members, and you can look at all the different training options so you don't have that problem anymore, unless you like people doing that to you. I wouldn't want that. But if you want to make more money in your space, because you train a lot of people in your space too, just message us. We can help if you want us to. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. Got some other good questions. Trying to find some of you linked in here. Let's see. Okay, there's so many good questions here. I feel bad that I'm not able to get all these here. How do you get people to trust you on the first call? Simon, it's the same thing on Facebook. Same exact thing. The only way you can build trust is not by getting on the call and be like, how are you doing today, John? How's your day going? Everybody knows that you're not genuinely interested in how their damn day's going. You know why? Because every sales call they've ever been on, what does a salesperson ask? How are you doing today, Mrs. Jones? So they feel like it's not, you generally don't care. And so when you ask those type of questions, they don't build trust at all. I'm just going off what the data says. Okay, they trigger sales resistance. Even if they don't fight against you, they'll tell you like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. And in the back of their mind, what are you thinking when a salesperson asks you that every call? Okay, they're trying to build rapport again, and then you emotionally shut down. So you get people to trust you by asking what are called connecting questions, Simon. Now, I don't know what industry you're in. If I knew, I might give you a few for your industry, because like I said, we train every industry at this point. Okay. But you do that by coming across, because in the first 7 to 12 seconds of any sales conversation you're in, just so you're aware, this is behavioral science 101. Your prospects are picking up on social cues from you. Okay. So they're picking up on your verbal and nonverbal cues based on your tonality and what you are saying and or asking that triggers their brain to react in one of two ways. Okay. If you come across assumptive, hate to tell you that in the beginning of a conversation, if you come across assumptive, you can be a little bit more assumptive as the call goes on, okay, depending on what you sell. If you come across more assumptive, if you come across more needy, and you come across attached, and you don't understand the right questions to ask with the right tonality, where to verbal pause, it triggers their brain, just so you know, to go into what's called a flight or fight mode, where they try to get rid of you quick. Hey, just tell me how much it's going to cost. I don't have time for this. Oh, I know I booked this call, but I'm too busy. Can you call me back Saturday at midnight? Yeah, I'll call you back Saturday. And then they're not there. Okay. Or, I think we're good. We don't need it. No, we're not interested. I think somebody had called. I'm interested, but you'll have to call back later. Can you just email me some information? Can you just email me some quotes? Okay. That's because you're triggering fight or flight mode. Okay. So Simon, you learn what are called connecting questions. You learn how to take the focus off you and you put it on them. Is this John? Yeah. Hey, John. It's just Adam Winberg. Looks like you had responded to one of our ads maybe yesterday morning about X and Y and Z. And I just had time to get back to you to see if I could help. I should probably, and I don't have a lot of time, I should probably start off by asking you, have you Have you found what you're looking for, or are you still looking for X and Y and Z? And you repeat back the result. Now, it depends on your industry. I don't know what industry you're in, or I would have given that to you, okay? That's for like an outbound lead, like somebody requested information. If it's in an inbound lead, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? All right, hopefully that helped you. I can train you a lot on that. Just, hey, Simon, just get in our virtual training courses and our group trainings. We teach all of that times 10 billion. If you were in there, you wouldn't even have to ask me that question. You've already known. You wouldn't have any problems when you're calling leads, okay? Let's see. So many good questions in here. Okay, so here's another one. I'm Shay from Israel. Hello, I sell marketing. You're up late. I sell marketing services, and I like to ask, what's the difference approach and preparation maybe for a meeting on a small amount of a deal and a huge deal? I mean, what's the difference in how you prepare? Well, I guess it depends on your price points. I mean, if you're just randomly cold calling, I mean, it just depends on how successful you want to be. Like, to me, any type of sales call you're on, you want to prepare for it. Now, if you're selling $5 magazine subscriptions door to door, that's a little bit different than if you're selling a high-end solution, that costs, let's say 50 grand, 100 grand, million, 10 million. It's a little bit different. So Shy, as far as preparation, you prepare by learning the right questions to ask, learning the right tonality and delivery of said questions. That's how you prepare. You don't prepare by, I know everything about the product. I know everything about what I sell. I know everything about their company. That doesn't really prepare you, because human beings don't make decisions on logic. They make decisions on what? Emotion. You can only get a prospect to their emotional state by building a gap. Okay. You can only build a gap by what? By the level of skilled questions that you learn that trigger the prospect to want to open up. I'm not talking about consultative questions like, so John, tell me what's keeping you awake at night? What's 2 challenges you have? People are not going to open up to those type of surface level questions. They just won't. They're too surface level. They hear them all the time. In fact, it emotionally shuts them down. Besides you, who would be the decision maker? So instead, we'd relanguage it. So John, walk me through. Can you walk me through what your company's decision-making process looks like when it comes to solving problems like this? Just so I have a better understanding. See, we're changing it. We're relanguaging the question. Shay, you want to learn how to prepare? Just message me directly or post #NEPQ, and you can even book with a team member, talk about different training options we have that will help you sell 5 times more than what you are in your industry, because you're training tons of people in marketing services too. Okay. Currently doing 10 to 15 grand a month consistently, but want to push to 20 to 25. I'd like to explore the gaps. Just message me directly on Facebook right now. I think you're on Facebook, or post #NEPQ. Okay. And we can show you different training options. I don't know what industry you're in, but I mean, we've taken people that made 10 grand a month, 15 grand a month, taught them the advanced skills, the advanced tonality, the advanced questioning, and within 6 months, they were making 4 or 5 times per month. So you want to learn those skills, just message me directly. Will Worrell, I think this is a good question. If you were to sell anything, what would you sell? That's a hard one, because we train so many industries. I mean, we train 158 industries, and we'll quite literally, like, we have so many testimonials that come in. We have almost 9,000 testimonials now in the last like 31 months or something like that. And it's like every week there's just more and more. Like right now, it seems like we average like 10 or 15 new testimonials every day, 7 days a week. It seems like some days there's like been 30 or 40 different testimonials every day. But they're coming in from all different industries. So it's hard for me to be like, you only want to sell in these 5 industries because these salespeople that make the most. Like if you're selling something that's $5, I'm going to say, look, we're going to teach you the right skills so you can get interviewed and get into higher end jobs where the price points are higher, because you have to have a higher skill level to sell that, and you can make 20 times more than that. Okay. So anything that has high price points, but sometimes that's not necessarily even true. Like, solar, there's no money out of their pocket. Big industry. We got salespeople that make 50 to 100 grand a month consistently every single month. Insurance, They might be making sales where people are paying $150 a month. That's not a lot of money. But because of the volume and residuals, we got salespeople that make 30 to 100 grand a month. So it's based on their skill level, though, because the average salespeople just in those two industries I named probably make 5 grand a month or less. So it's your sales ability that determines your income, not the industry you're in necessarily. Okay. You know, the 4 industries I was in, Will? So 2 of them were B2C, 2 of them were B2B. Okay. The average salesperson in all 4 of those industries made less than 50 grand a year. How was Jeremy Miner making 50 grand every week in those industries? 50 grand a week in commissions. And the average person made 50 grand a year. Was it because I called 100 times more leads? Like I worked 100 times more hours? I wasn't working 37 hours a day. There wasn't 7 Jeremy Miners, right? It was because I was converting most of the people I was talking to, not at small packages or small services, but very large price points. Okay. Whereas the average salesperson, like one industry I was in, you know, let's say that they were doing deals, it was debt relief. So let's say they were calling on companies and helping them restructure debt for, 50 grand. Well, I was calling bigger companies because I had a much higher skill level, and I was helping companies structure debt for 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. So my commissions were huge, but it was just because I had the right skills. I knew how to navigate through an organization. That's just on B2B. B2C, same thing. How was Jeremy Miner making a couple hundred grand a month in different B2C companies selling, 10 grand, 15, 20, 30 grand products and services that other people in the company, they couldn't sell 30 or 50 grand services. They were selling 2 or 5 grand services, just they didn't have the skill level, the questionability. That's all learned. I wasn't born out of my mother's womb, Will, with advanced questioning and advanced tonality and advanced objection prevention skills. I just simply acquired those skills. I learned those skills. You can learn those skills too. They're all literally right in our virtual training courses in our group training that we do with our sales trainers and myself every single week. Okay. Another one here. Good questions you guys are throwing in here. I'm going to get another one here. Did you practice your scripts mostly in the mirror, role playing, or in the field sales environment? All of those. All of those. Religiously, especially in the first 3 to 6 months. I practiced my scripts in the mirror, talking to trees, role playing, put them on flashcards, different questions on flashcards where I had to memorize them, because only one of the industries, well, two of the four industries I was in, I would sell from the office, from like Skype or Zoom or the phone. The other 2 industries, one of them was door to door. So you can't like take a script door to door. And the other one was I was mainly meeting business owners and like executives at their offices, like literally cold calling at the office. So you can't take a script in your like freaking briefcase and pop it out and start reading it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So those industries, I had to freaking memorize my questions and just know them like the back of my hand. And I would suggest that even if you sell from home or you sell from an office on Zoom or, Microsoft Teams, or you're on the phone and you can plaster the script to your computer, you can do that in the beginning. But if you're sitting there reading it, you're going to sound like a scripted robot. And when your prospects pick up on that, which they will very quickly in the first 30 seconds to a minute, they're going to emotionally shut down and you're going to struggle. So you want to memorize those questions. You can have it there as a reference in the beginning, but after a couple months, you shouldn't even have it there. You should have everything memorized and everything inside and out where you know where to go. And you got to make it natural, like a Hollywood actor or actress would. Okay. Let's see here. Go Quility in Meredith. There you go. Yeah, it just was at your event there. I'm in the process of learning PQ. Congratulations. Okay, somebody on Facebook. I'm a notary. How do I get a prospect to use me when they don't even know they need me? Well, that's normal. Most of your prospects, when you first start calling them in your industry or in any industry for that matter, unless they're like walking into your building, don't know they need you. They don't, right? Even if they do walk in the building, they don't know you need you. They might walk into 6 different buildings, right? So your prospects, that's normal. Most of your prospects don't even know they have a problem when you first start talking to them, right? That's in any industry. Same thing as yours. Or maybe they know they have a problem, but they don't really understand how bad the problem really is. Or maybe they don't understand the consequences of what will happen if they don't do anything about solving the problem. So once you learn NEPQ, Andrea, if you're one of our clients, not only are we going to teach you to help them find one problem, but we're going to give you the skill level with the question ability and tonality to help your prospects find 2 or 3 or 4 of their problems they didn't even know they had. And when you learn skills like that, where you're helping them not by telling them what their problems are, because they're not going to believe you, it's going to go in one ear out the other, but by your question ability allows them to tell themselves what those problems are. How do you think people are going to view you pretty quickly? They're going to view you as the expert. They're going to view you as like the trusted authority who's going to get them the results they want. So that's normal. Andrew, you have to learn questioning in the beginning, especially if you're cold calling, that triggers them to find problems in their mind that they didn't even know they had. That's just sales 101. So when you learn that skill, which we can teach you, it's all in our virtual training courses, it's all in our group trainings. We have people that sell what you do that crush it. You'll learn very quickly. Okay. Okay. So guys, I got to go, guys and gals. Thank you. I'm a little bit over time. I had a meeting about, well, actually 8 minutes ago that I'm late for. So guys, have a good weekend. I don't go live on Fridays. I'll be back live in the Facebook group on Tuesday next week. Make sure you join the Facebook group. If you're on IG, I'm going to have somebody post the Facebook group join link. It's just www.salesrevolution.pro. So just we go live in the Facebook group way more. Salesrevolution.pro. I'll have somebody post that in there for you. If somebody can do that on the team, just go to salesrevolution.pro. And right when you join, maybe nobody knew I was going live today on our team. I'm going to have to type it in myself, doing all the work over here, doing all the work. No, I would never use Phil Felt Found. Portable Health. It's too old school. It doesn't work very well. It'll work good enough to get you to a certain level, but it's not gonna get you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in commissions. Okay, so you just go to salesrevolution.pro. So TikTok, just go to salesrevolutions.pro. Thanks for all your great info and easy explanations. No problem. Sorry I couldn't answer any more questions. Go to salesrevolution.pro right when you join. So if you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, doing all the work. There you go. And you're on IG, just go to salesrevolution.pro, salesrevolution.pro. Right when you join, check your DMs. Somebody on my team or myself will send you over a free training called the NEPQ 101 mini course. Just my CEO, Matt Ryder, breaking down NEPQ process. Even that alone right there will probably help you somewhere in what you're doing now. And then we go live in the Facebook group 3 or 4 times a week. And listen, you want to start making, like I said, 10 grand a month in commissions consistently every month with what you sell. You're in the same industry. You want to start making 15 or 20 grand a month in commissions with what you sell. If you want to start making 25 or 30 or 40 grand a month in commissions in what you sell or more, because we are training people in your industry right now that are making way more than that now, then just message me directly. So if you're on TikTok, message me directly right now. I'm here right now. If you're on IG, message me directly right now. If you're on LinkedIn, message me directly right now. If you're in the Facebook group, message me directly right now. Facebook business page, message me directly. YouTube, you got to post hashtag NEPQ, or actually I just joined the Facebook group too. And either myself or some of my team will message you more details, and you're going to be able to book a call with one of our team members that will go over the different options, see what your sales process looks like now, kind of what the gaps are that's keeping you here at this commission level, and help you fill in the gaps with different training options we have if you want to get to this level like our clients are, who are selling in the exact same industry you are watching me right now. Okay. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Thanks. I'm out of here. TikTok. We love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Facebook group, YouTube,